Muted. Sorry about that. Let's start over. Great Thursday. I'm Coach Deborah, and I am super excited to have you here with me today. Hi, Deacon Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. I have a great topic for you today. It's about let's talk about it. What is those trending topics that are going around that some people are hesitant to talk about? Others are running rapid with it, but they're whispering in the background. They're acting like it's not a big deal. What are those things that we really need to bring to the forefront and talk about? Well, that's what Let's Talk About It is all about. So I am here today, and my sister's supposed to be here with me, but I don't know where she is. But guess what? Come rain, come snow, sleet, hail, guess, no guess. Build Your Best Life is what? In the house. So we are here. Please tune in. Please share. Comment. Let me know that you are there. I love it. Thank you all so very much for always ensuring that you are praying for Build Your Best Life, that you are liking our page, you're commenting, you're sharing. It is greatly appreciated. But how about this? Do me a favor. 2 things. A lot of you have liked my Build Your Best Life Facebook page. So that's wonderful. But some of you liked my personal page, just Deborah Smith. And so when you're on here watching, I can't see your comments. And so that's why you never hear me call your name or anything. So make sure that you go to Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith and like me on that page so I can see your comments, know that you are here. You can become one of our diamond fans, our big fans, and win those shout outs. As well, please subscribe to my YouTube page, Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith on YouTube. So you can get it all the scoop, all the time, no matter what's going on. And if you miss us, you know where to find us. So thank you. And with all that out of the way, I'm going to get started with today's topic all by myself. And I can do it. So today, my topic is going to be teen mental health at home. As I stated earlier, a lot of people want to get out there and they can diagnose or say what they have to say, but they keep it to themselves. They don't let those people or those individuals who need to know about it, who need to be concerned, try to help the individuals that's going through these things or get involved. And so they're talking about it, but not to the right audience. And so we want to make sure today that that's what we're doing. We're sharing with those who need to know about it. So why are we talking about this? We're opening the door to this conversation that many families are silently struggling with, teen mental health. And I'm talking about it because it's out there and people are overlooking it, and we need to put our glasses on, our bifocals, get the magnifying glasses out. We need to keep it in the forefront. There's anxiety being caused, depression, peer pressure, and these online influences are not just buzzwords. It's the real deal. So we have got to open our eyes and get in with it. So I want to ask you a powerful question. What's the thing that you wish someone had asked you as a teen? What's the one thing that you wish someone had asked you as a teen? Hi, Cynthia. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Well, first thing I want to talk about is, understanding the signs. Understanding the signs. I like to say, you don't know what you don't know. So you cannot get involved and try to help or encourage your teen, your young adult, if you don't even know what's going on, if you don't know the signs that you need to be looking for. So I want to talk about some of those signs. Emotional and mental changes. Emotional and mental changes. There's constant worrying, nervousness, or panicking. You walk in a room and they just jump. Like they're not doing anything, but they're just jumping. They have more sadness than you have ever witnessed before. They're just overwhelmed with stress. And you're thinking, they don't have to go to work. They don't have any bills. They don't have to worry about transportation, food, any of those things. What are they stressed about? They're very irritable. They may be going to the other extreme and be very angry all the time. Someone that was mild-mannered, always had a smile, is now the least little thing you say, they are angry. That's a sign. That's not normal. Then there are those behavioral changes. Somebody put that in the chat. Behavioral changes. Hi, Linda. Thank you for tuning in. There's withdrawal from family members, from friends, favorite activities. They always wanted to be in there on their Xbox. You can pull them away, PlayStation, Xbox, any of those things. You can pull them away if you said you were going to pay them. Now, Xbox just gathering dust. They're not wanting to do anything with the family on family night. Do I have to? Their behavior is changing. It's like they are hoping that, if I sit over here and I'm quiet, they won't pay me any attention. I can just disappear. Nobody will see me. That's not usual behavior, and that's a sign. They physical and daily life changes. All kind of things are just going on. They're sleeping too much or not sleeping. You think something's going on, so their bedtime is 10. You go peep at 12. They're still up doing something. You go back at 1. They're still not asleep. You go back at 3. They're still not asleep. You don't want them to think you're spying on them, so you're not saying anything, but you're realizing they're not asleep. You go back in at 5. They're still not asleep, and they got to get up at 6. They're not sleeping. What is going on? Or, on the other hand, that's all they want to do is sleep. Why are you so tired? I don't know. That is not normal. All of a sudden, can I get something over my head? What's wrong with your head? I got a headache. You think you're coming down with something? No, I just have a headache. You give them something. Next day, they got a headache. Okay, you think maybe we need to go get your eyes checked? You're having headaches all of a sudden. My eyes are fine. I just have a headache. But they never had headaches before. But all of a sudden, they're having headaches. It might not be a headache. It might be some other ache in the body. Maybe stomach pains. Throwing up. Something is not right. These are signs that you need to look for. Agnes, we have to get involved. We have to take notice. We have to let them know, hey, I see you. You don't see me seeing you, but I see you because something is not right. Now, what about verbal clues? They begin to say things and, sometimes they're kind of laugh it off, but you have to pay attention to what they're saying. Because it's like when you say something to somebody and you say, oh, I didn't mean that, but you really did. So they're saying these things, but then they try to make a joke about it. You know what? I just don't care anymore. I wish I could just disappear. I hate my life. Did you just say you hate your life? Oh, I'm just playing. My bad, my bad. I'm just being over here being silly. No, 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 no. Yeah, because I was wondering, why would you hate your life? You got it going on. You got to bathe in the shade. I just feel like I'm a burden on everybody. I don't even know why I'm still here. Parents, are you listening? Are you hearing? Are you just letting it go in one ear and out of the other? Are you focused and engaged on something else? Or are you listening to what's going on with your teen or your young adult? Again, this is not something that they're talking about at the hair salon or the barbershop. These are true facts. Look up the statistics sometimes. Our young people are suffering from mental health issues. And we have to pay attention to it. Megs, we gotta get involved. We gotta get involved. We gotta dismiss this thing that, it's a teenager. It's just drama. They just full of drama. Or, hormones. The hormones got them acting like that. Hey, you gotta stop thinking like that. You have to keep the lines of communication open. That is why I try to teach, start when they're young, communicating. It's not like, okay, they're just 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and you're just supposed to say, do this, don't do this, read to them, and you gotta talk. Show them their body parts. Talk to them about different things. Tell them when someone's not supposed to touch them. Tell them, get them to understand, to let you know when someone says something that they shouldn't say to them, when someone touches them. You got to start early communicating. Because if you start communicating early, then it's something natural. You can communicate with them when they get older, because you want them to have comfort in knowing that no matter what is going on, no matter what it is, if they think you'll hate it, if they think you'll be disappointed in them, it's okay to discuss. Because my mom, my dad, they'll listen. So parents, you got to get engaged. And then you also have to know what's going on and listen, because you need to know when you need to seek professional help. Generations ago, it was everything that happened. Don't go out and tell my business. Whatever happens in this house stays in this house. You better not tell. You better not say anything to anybody. Go talk to who? We don't need to talk to anybody. You just tell me, or keep it to yourself. That is a myth. That is not true. You need to talk. If a parent is really abusing you, somebody needs to know. If someone outside of the house is abusing you in any way, your parents need to know. So you don't keep things in the house. You let it be known. Okay? And so the final thing I want to say on that portion of the signs is be aware and let it be known that your presence, your awareness, all of that is because you care. And you say something because you want to help do something. You're not trying to be that helicopter parent, okay? The second part of this is, how do teens express mental health struggles differently? Because if it's someone that's older, you may see different signs. But now we're talking about teenagers and young adults. What might they do that's different from someone else? We need to know that. So, I did talk about anger, but a lot of times you see sadness, depression, but in a lot of your male youth, you will see anger. I remember, time flies, so I'll just say 5 years ago. It may have been further back than that. But a young man actually, for whatever reason, got into it with their mom, cut her head off, went to church to play his instrument that he did every Sunday with the bloody clothes. Now, to cut off his mom's head, he had to have some anger. He had to be raging. That's a little different. So they may do things that are totally different, lashing out, where the siblings looked up to them, always got along with the siblings, until they didn't, but for the most part, I love my siblings, love my little brother, my little sister, but it's like, hey, get those your kids, get them from around me. And it's like, it's to a point where it looks like it's dangerous. So you are trying to get those kids out of their way. They shut down instead of opening up. So here's a child that you've talked to your entire life. They know that you are there for them because you have always expressed so. But instead of them coming to you and talking to you, they're shutting down. Oh, this is the movie we've been wanting to see. Come on in here. We got it on the fire stick. Come on. And you're looking around, everybody in the room with that one child. Where are they? They don't want any parts of you. No parts of your spouse if you have one. No parts of anybody else. They're just completely shutting down. There's something going on that's bothering them. But they keep it in here. And that's not good. Right? You all know that. They become too busy to feel. So yes, you had a child and let's say they're athletic. So they played a little basketball. They played a little football. Well, love to do it. You always out there cheering, got involved, team mom. But now it's like they playing football, they playing basketball, they playing soccer, they joined the chess team, they signed up for extra classes, they helping to teach after school. They just doing all this stuff. They just moving. Just all over the place. You can't even keep up with them. I need to be here, I need to be there, I need you to drive me here, I need you to drive me there. What are they doing? It's not normal situations. Something's going awry. Something's wrong. Now tell me that you're not noticing it. You gotta stop acting like everything is just fine. You're not saying anything. You're hoping it's gonna go away. It's right there. You can't run from it. You gotta get in there and, hey, what is it? The ostrich, you stick the head in the ground. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You are responsible. Sometimes it gets to a point when we're talking about mental illness, even with adults, if they get to a certain point, you have to do what they call Baker Act. You have to, for their own good, sign them up to get help. So let's talk about a minor that you are responsible for. You cannot pretend that you don't know what's going on. You need to do something. You can't do anything if you don't know what to do. So, getting these signs will help you to become aware if you're not. Because if you don't know what you don't know. So I'm trying to get us more educated to find out what these things mean. So you'll know it's time to get help. I got to have those hard conversations. I got to pull someone else in. I've got to get a professional. I have to do something. Right? Right. So, finally, teens, they are not going to always ask for help. They're just not. So that's why it is essential that you know the signs, you look for the signs, and then you do something. You do something. Now, going into talking about all these signs and being aware and knowing what's going on, I have one more thing to say about that, and that is, what are the quiet signs that parents often miss? Excuse me. What are the quiet signs that parents often miss? Because not all cries for help are silent. I mean, are loud. Not everybody will say, "Hey, hey, what's wrong with you? I cut my finger." You can get to a point where, I'm slicing myself, I'm cutting myself because I'm angry. There's something bothering me. I'm being bullied. I'm slicing, slicing, slicing. And so if you're not every now and then got an excuse to look at a child's body, you would never know. You got to look for those silent cries for help. Okay? So, again, I mentioned this earlier about sleeping. Are they sleeping more than usual? Not doing any more activity, but all they want to do is sleep. Saturday, not wanting to go to the mall, not wanting to go to the skating rink, not wanting to go to a family activity, not wanting to go to an amusement park. Oh, I'm too tired. I just want to sleep. You just want to sleep. Grad night is coming. Prom is coming. Aren't you going to the prom? Did you ask someone to the prom? I'm just too tired. What teen that's worked in school all these years are not excited about it's prom time, it's grad night time. We get to go and stay out all night long with our boys, our BFFs. Hey, who's not excited about that? They too tired? That's a quiet scream for help. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. They're not just being lazy. It comes from depression. They're depressed. They're out of it. You gotta wake up. They're becoming quiet or distant. That normal person that was always, if you don't go to school and sit down somewhere, I know you are just naturally funny. But you gotta go to school and sit down long enough to do your work. You're not finishing your test because you decide you thought about the joke that we was talking about the night before and you just started laughing and couldn't stop laughing. If you don't sit down somewhere, they just the life of the party, just always having fun. Now it's like, are they even home? Hey, where's your brother? Your brother home? Yes, ma'am. I don't hear him. He's just sitting in there. Sitting in where? I don't hear a TV. He's in his room. Okay, but usually the TV, when he's in his room, the TV's too loud, music too loud. You can hear him playing the games and fussing and throwing stuff. I don't hear anything. I told you he's in his room. Silent, quiet, cry for help. Stop avoiding the noise. It's a really screaming, I need help, I need help. You're not paying me any attention otherwise, so I'm sitting here quiet because I'm not supposed to be quiet. Don't you hear me? Come on, parents, come on, come on, come on. And now this really should get your attention. The subtle drops in motivation or hygiene. Always motivated to be the A+ student. Ever since you can remember that they knew what a valedictorian was, I'm going to be the valedictorian of my class. Always studying, asking, can you get them extra help, working hard, trying to make good grades. Now it's like, I'm going to do the best I can do. And you're looking at the grades, this don't look like the best you can do. But they're not motivated anymore. They don't want to, used to play offense and defense for football. Now the coach got them sitting on the bench. Why are you sitting on the bench? I don't know. because they're not, when they're in practice, they're not motivated. The coach doesn't see any motivation, doesn't see any action. The coach got them sitting down. You used to your child. You want, when the coach is going to let them rest. Now they're sitting on a bench, but you're not saying anything. That's a cry for help, a quiet cry for help. Then how about hygiene? Always wanting to go to the mall, always in their older brothers or dads or uncles, cologne, trying to smell good for the ladies, always taking showers, sometimes 2, 3 times a day. You tired of washing underwear because every time you turn around, there's some throw it on the floor, some just everywhere because they just changing. Now it's like, what is that smell? You on the way to school, and you're like, is that smell? Did y'all leave something in my car yesterday? No, that couldn't have been yesterday. That had to be 2, 3 days ago. What did y'all leave in here? What is that smell? That's your child that's depressed, that haven't taken a bath, or got on the same clothes, and they smelling. You know that don't smell like food. Why are you avoiding what you're seeing? Those quiet cries for help. You know it's not normal behavior. And this topic, when I started doing the research and everything that is involved, I was like, oh my goodness, this could go to 3, 4 sessions, because I try to keep these Thursday talks no more than 30 minutes. And it was, like I said, it was supposed to be 2 of us on here, and we were both had 2 topics each to go through. I'm still on my first one, so God fixed it when I'm on here by myself today. So I'm only going to go through one. I'm not going to try to go through the other one, but I am going to come back and revisit this because, like I said, the numbers, Rosemary, the numbers are going up. Mental health is not getting any better with our young people. And I want to go into the causes and how it's making them feel and all of that, because I have all that information. But to finish out this phase of it, make sure that you're listening for phrases like, it doesn't matter anyway. So it doesn't matter if you play ball. It doesn't matter if you take a bath. It doesn't matter if the coach plays you. It doesn't matter if you let your grades slip. None of that matters. It was mattering a month ago, 2 months ago, but now it doesn't matter. I'm just tired of everything. I'm just tired. This is a young person, very little responsibility, no bills, a home, food. You're getting them the necessities that they need. Why are they saying they're just tired of everything? We need to look into that. This one. Nobody would notice if I disappeared. Oh my goodness. Why? Wouldn't you notice that one of your kids disappeared? Wouldn't you notice if they start acting differently? I know, like my youngest son, hey, we used to have fun on Saturdays. He didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to go anywhere. We would have our coffee on Saturday mornings and talk and lounge around. If I woke up one Saturday morning and he was like, come in to have a coffee with you, I don't want to do that. I was like, something wrong. But first thing I said, well, you got a girlfriend now, you don't want to talk to your mama? That would have been fine. But you're not going anywhere, you're not on the phone, and you don't want to have your normal coffee with mom. Something is wrong. So, yes. So, they give up things. This is my final one, really. But they begin to give up things that they really love. So, like I talked about that Xbox, the PlayStations, the new, Mega Quest games. They don't want to go to the skating rink with their friends. They don't want to do anything. Something is wrong. We got to pay attention to that. Depression, anxiety, it will take them out. If you don't get involved, if you don't try to have those conversations, if you don't try to help, if you don't listen, it's going to get worse, and you don't want it to get worse. So my final thought here for parents is silence doesn't mean that your teen is okay. Silence doesn't mean that your teen is okay. So look deeper into the behavior. Look for the changes. When in doubt, talk to them with patience, not pressure. Hey, well, it's been a while since we talked. What's been going on with you? You sure been quiet lately. But you don't want to attack. You want to be someone that they feel like they can talk to, that's going to listen. And no matter what, if it's something that might make you cringe, might make you angry, keep it in. But wait till you finish talking. Even if you've got to go take a drive and go somewhere else and scream and vent, because you want them to be able to talk to you. So thank you so much for listening. And like I said, there's so much more information that needs to be shared on this topic. What the other ones that we were going to go through today is creating a safe space at home, the role of social media and peer pressure. I mean, I learned more than I thought I knew just about everything, and I learned a lot about it today. And then parents staying aware without spying. That's really, really good. Got some tools that will assist and help. And I definitely want to share those. So like I say, I'm not going to keep you today, but I will be back on here to share some more of this topic. And I think it's worthwhile. If you know someone that can benefit from this information, please, please, please share. Whether it's moms, dads, educators, mentors, of course, our teenagers and our young adults, please share. Because that's the only way some of them are going to get the information, and they need information. So it is a cry out, and we need to step up and help. So I would appreciate it so much if you would assist me in doing that. And again, thank you also very much for tuning in today. Make sure that you join us Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for a conversation with the guys. They have a really nice topic that they will be discussing on Saturday for our young men: time, talent, and traps. Time, talent, and traps. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be another hot topic. So join Coach Ricardo Miller, Derek Durden, Dan Smith, and Dr. Joseph Levette as they share some hot information and some hot resolutions on time, talent, and traps. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. And I'll be looking for you Saturday. Bye-bye.